A local bakery is remembering those who died in ICE custody by adding them to their community altar.
And fans of horror movies can experience a chance at staying at night at the Poltergeist movie set.
And during the spooky season, USC students are working on creating horror films. See It Live starts now. With Halloween just hours away, we're taking a look at the spooky traditions of the holiday and how communities are celebrating Dia de los Muertos. Hi, I'm Kendall Washington.
And I'm Gianmarco Velasquez, but first, hundreds of nurses at USC Keck hospitals are now on the picket lines. Hundreds of unionized nurses stage a mass walkout at USC Keck Hospital in Boyle Heights. Nurses say they are increasingly frustrated with their working conditions. They claim they work long hours with minimal breaks, compromising patient care. Close to 2,000 nurses are expected to take part in the next 24 hours.
I am extremely proud on this beautiful day to see my colleague nurses being here, supporting ourselves and making sure that our patients stay safe.
We're just telling them that what we have currently is not enough. Our patients are suffering because nurses aren't getting their breaks and we're not able to take, those rest breaks to make sure that we're thinking right.
This is a strong message for the hospital to understand that we're here for a long fight and then we will not give up until we gain the contract that we deserve.
The California Nurses Association says that Keck nurses are frequently working 12-hour shifts. Last year, they said that nurses missed an estimated 10,000 meal breaks as well as 4,000 rest breaks. Keck Hospital says it prides itself on upholding state-mandated nurse-to-patient ratios. They assured patients that there will be enough doctors, nurses, and clinical professionals to provide care during the strike. The nurses on strike are scheduled to be back on the job tomorrow as both sides continue to negotiate.
A nonprofit in Los Angeles is creating a beautiful space to honor loved ones during the Dia de los Muertos festivities. For over 5 years, Mid-City Mercado has been bringing the community together through tradition. Ofrendas are a centerpiece of the event to help people feel connected to their ancestors. Organizers of the event each have a personal connection to Dia de los Muertos festivities.
I have a lot of family members that I've placed personally here, so it's really nice to come and say good morning to them, light their candle.
My uncle passed away about 2 weeks ago from creating the altar, so having his photo here and honoring him the way that the tradition itself asks us to honor was amazing.
It all comes down to honoring our people and holding that space for our family members to grieve and mourn.
Whatever you're going to see here, it's all an ode to our culture, and it shows that we're still here. We're not going to be quiet, and we're going to pass it on.
The Dia de los Muertos Festival is Saturday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. It includes live music, food trucks, and a community altar open to all.
A Los Angeles bakery has amplified its Dia de los Muertos traditions by commemorating detainees who have died while in ICE custody. For the past 23 years, the family-owned and operated Venice bakery and restaurant has been serving traditional Mexican and Latin American pan dulce, or sweetbread. They also offer a variety of Latin American dishes, juices, and drinks. The owner builds an altar during Dia de los Muertos season. This year, she began featuring photographs of detainees who have died while in ICE custody. The altar also includes photographs of those who have died during immigration enforcement efforts. She said the decision was instinctual.
So it just started off as a quick thought. I was thinking about doing the altar, and I was like, well, I should add more pictures. And then somehow, I don't know what happened, where it just clicked in my head, and I was like, I should add the people that died in ICE detention. It might be like a nice reminder just to honor them, to remember them, because they're getting swept under the rug. It's getting hidden. A part of me was a little skeptical and worried. I was like, well, what if I get backlash? What if the wrong person comes in and they get offended? And I don't want to put a target on us. And then I was like, you know what? But that doesn't matter.
According to the most recent data from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, at least 18 individuals have died so far in 2025 while in ICE custody. This is the highest number since 2020, when 21 detainees died in ICE custody.
This particular altar is very special today because of what's happening in Los Angeles and all around the country, with ICE going after specifically Latino people who the court has deemed legal to racially profile based on their language, their skin color, and their jobs. So what Edith here at Venice Bakery has done has created a beautiful altar honoring a lot of the people that have passed away under ICE custody. And that number seems to be rising now, seems to be getting closer to a weekly basis.
And although Dia de los Muertos ends on November 2nd, the Venice Bakery and restaurant owner says she's not sure how long the altar will remain on display. And USC's Latina news desk Dímelo put up an ofrenda to celebrate the upcoming holiday of Dia de los Muertos. An ofrenda is Spanish for an altar and is decorated with marigolds, sugar skulls, and personal items from deceased loved ones to honor their spirits.
Haunted house or luxury hotels. Some Angelenos are risking possessions to stay at the poltergeist movie set. Annenberg Media reporter Kate Stewartson has the story.
Just in time for Halloween, the house where the horror classic Poltergeist was filmed is now open for fans to stay the night.
It looks like every other house on this quiet, tree-shaded street in Simi Valley. But once you step inside, you'll see what's different. It's where the paranormal movie Poltergeist was filmed. Poltergeist fan Rachel Powers bought the house last year for $1.2 million. The house is now open for fans to stay the night, if you dare.
Every time somebody inquires about the house, they tell me their story around when they watched the movie and the impact that it had on their childhood. It's never just a, hey, I want to book the house. It's Poltergeist, the movie, means something to me, and I want to be able to experience it in real life.
Fan and guest April Ballion couldn't wait to fulfill her childhood dream through this ultimate overnight experience.
I think the first time I watched it, I was 5 years old. I watched it like 1,000 times since then. We played the Poltergeist theme, driving up. It's like probably the best haunted house movie in America.
Spending the night in a Hollywood horror house isn't just for fans of the Poltergeist movie. You can visit real film locations across the U.S., including the Exorcist House in Washington, D.C., and the Conjuring House in Rhode Island.
Remember when James Cameron goes, what do you got in there?
300-watt bulb?
Sean Clark, who's in on the trend, made his latest stop at the Poltergeist house for his YouTube channel.
I wish more people would embrace, these kind of things, like the homes that they have from iconic films. Like a buddy of mine owns the Buffalo Bill house in Pennsylvania.
Rachel Powers says fans have helped bring the house to life, donating props or pointing her to replicas, posters, and 80s furniture.
The fans from around the world that have come out in support of preserving the house. A lot of historic homes and old film locations, they get torn down, they get renovated. But here I wanted to be able to keep that original essence.
You and 7 of your horror fanatic friends can stay overnight, but that paranormal experience is going to cost you $800. In Los Angeles, this is Kate Stewartson reporting for Annenberg Media.
It's spooky season and the perfect time of the year to turn out the lights and to watch a good horror flick with your friends, but some USC students are creating their own scary films. Annenberg student Hugo Turner produced a film called Erith. It's about a mysterious city in Massachusetts. The filmmaker says fear is something everyone can relate to.
I think being scared is a primal experience, and it is something that we all feel every day. And I'm not being chased by killer clowns usually, but deadlines are scary, man. Seeing a terrifying situation makes me feel like at least I'm not being chased by Michael Myers.
The president of Click to View, a USC student film club, told us why they and other student filmmakers are drawn to horror films.
Making horror films in general, especially on a low budget, a lot of it comes just from creativity. Horror is such a cool genre because I think it boasts the most passionate fan bases and the most passionate communities of sort of people that they can all relate to, maybe feeling ostracized at some point in time or just feeling like they want to find their people but they're not sure where to find them.
Click to View will have a showcase of all their films at the end of the semester.
And trick-or-treaters aren't the only ones hitting the streets tonight, so are partygoers. Crowds, costumes, and alcohol can be a dangerous combination. USC's Department of Public Safety says to look both ways before crossing the street.
If you're wearing a mask across your face or any kind of eye makeup, sometimes if you're wearing a mask, it's hard to see right or left. Your peripheral vision could be restricted, and that may be a case where you may not see that car stopped and turning right, who may not see you.
And according to the National Library of Medicine, pedestrians are twice as likely to get hit by a car on Halloween. Despite this reality, students are most concerned with binge drinking and harassment.
I'm worried about other people's action with alcohol. Not ours, but like maybe other people, they might get, have too much alcohol or, something like that, so.
But I think, as long as people are safe and, conscious of their surroundings and paying attention, I think we'll be okay.
It's happening every day where people are getting harassed, and especially during the night, so you really have to kind of like be aware of your surroundings, especially if you're in like Halloween costumes and you can't identify the person who might harass you.
Whether you're walking or driving tonight, safety experts recommend that you take it slow. Halloween should end in candy, not in a crash.
Coming up, USC students make costumes showcasing their senior capstone projects.
And we'll show you how sustainable options for this year's Halloween costumes.
And just minutes from campus, the rehearsal fosters up-and-coming artists at their weekly concert series.
USG election season has kicked off.
They have a huge game on Thursday, right?
Huge.
Prior to that, he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
And a warning tonight about a massive storm heading our way.
We're live here at the Galen Center. What would y'all do if you had $2.5 million?
Music, art, and women empowerment.
And she put her stamp on Big Ten history.
Those are men swimming like fish.
Thanks for watching.
Annenberg TV News. You never miss an episode.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
So, live from the Halo is USC Annenberg's take on NPR's Tiny Desk concerts. This is like a platform for USC students and adjunct students just to perform and play their music for an audience.
It's Halloween, and this week I traded in the newsroom for Truesdale. And let's just say, even Superman couldn't keep up with USC's energy. This week I hit the streets to see how Trojans are bringing their A-game this Halloween.
We are going out tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, and our plans are just to have fun.
I'll probably end up checking out some fraternities, see what's going on over there.
I've done one night already, and then we have 3 nights coming up.
I was gonna go to the frat, I guess. I saw a lot of Wonder Woman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dang, call me out. I'm gonna be like a typical like Gen X dad, so I've got like cargo shorts, and I'm gonna wear like a old like rock t-shirt and just like keep like a goatee.
I did Mia Wallace, and then I'm doing Where's Waldo, sailor, and then like a killer assassin.
I personally think that the male prison costume is just overdone. They like think that they can just not wear a shirt and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, you're so hot, let me like make out with you. It's boring, it's basic. I'm gonna run away from you because like, also, why are you dressing like a criminal? That's a red flag.
That's true, that
honestly.
is a red flag.
I'm looking forward to seeing some Batmans. Okay. Yeah, I'm really. Listen, I like any type of superhero costume. I like.
And the National Retail Federation says witches, vampires, and pirates top the list for adults, while kids are sticking with classics like Spider-Man and princesses. Even pets are dressing up, most as pumpkins, hot dogs, or bumblebees. Altogether, Americans spend more than $4.3 billion on costumes this year. But what is it about fear and fantasy that keeps us coming back every Halloween? I spoke with Dr. Lindsay Harville-Bowman to find out.
it's really kind of this one day where we can explore these really scary things in a very safe way, and that chances are you're not going to die from your fear, right? But having that fear, it obviously gives you adrenaline and makes you feel alive. And so it's this really strange thing where it's like, I'm scared to death in some ways, but also after I've survived it, I feel really good.
From witches to superheroes, and apparently way too many prison jumpsuits, USC students are proving one thing this Halloween weekend. The spirit of Halloween is alive, thriving on campus, and apparently lasting more than 4 days.
But Harville Bowen studies terror on more days than just Halloween. She leads the Terror Lab at USC to encourage students not to fear death.
Our laboratory does social psychological research on the fear of death. This is a complex theory, but there's a lot of different ways that can come out. But really, it's just, hey, when we think about our own death, we have all this anxiety and we have to do something with it. When you face death, you have such an existentially rich life that you will not have until you face death. That is when I think your life becomes incredibly rich, because it takes on a new meaning.
USC students interested in learning more can get involved in discussions at death cafes around LA. That's where people can talk about death and dying in a relaxed setting.
Seniors at the Io Vine and Young Academy celebrate Halloween today by dressing up as their capstone project. Each capstone group walked outside in their costume and showed it off to their professors. Groups performed a skit to their teachers and had to guess what their costume represents. Professor Matthew Mono says he loves Halloween and wanted to find a way to celebrate with students.
We've been doing this for, I want to say, 6 years now. I'm a big fan of Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. This tradition started because the day that I took over the Garage Experience class, it actually was going to be held on Halloween, and I wanted to do something special to celebrate the holiday. And instead of just asking students to come dressed up, I thought, why don't we give them the challenge of actually having to dress up as their project, as a really unique communication challenge.
Featured products included a game where players can herd sheep. Students are dressed as shepherds herding their flock. Another group decided to make a menstrual tracking bracelet and dressed as different elements in a woman's cycle. One group designed a beef chip you will be able to try next year in stores.
We have this tradition in our class where each team dresses up as the project that they're working on, and we just present to a bunch of faculty and other students at the school.
Our product is a virtual advent calendar, or like a digital advent calendar. You can send them like photos, videos, or literally anything that's like online, and they'll open it up one by one on the day that is designated for it.
The students at the IOV and Young Academy will be working on their projects all year. To learn more, you can visit their website at iov-young.usc.edu.
And the Heal the Bay Aquarium at Santa Monica Pier is hosting a month-long Halloween costume drive. Many families are not able to afford Halloween costumes this year because of the rising prices. At the same time, 35 million costumes each year are trashed after only a single use. The drive is aimed to help local families struggling as well as those concerned with sustainability.
So there's kind of a dual mission with this costume drive. It's to combat costume waste while also supporting local families. So I teamed up with Heal the Bay, which is an amazing organization that's been working for 40 years to clean up our oceans and our beaches. You can drop off any Halloween costumes, and then I will be taking those costumes and donating them to families in local to LA.
According to Heal the Bay, Americans throw away 35 million costumes every year. That's equivalent to 5.4 million kilograms of textile waste or 83 million plastic bottles. 63% of costumes are made from polyester that takes up to 200 years to break down and leaches toxins into the groundwater and the ocean. The costume donation drive is until November 7th at the Heal the Bay Aquarium in Santa Monica.
On this Halloween Eve, a lot of people are getting excited for ghosts, goblins, and costumes. Reporter Evan Abelson is at a spooky spot in Burbank tonight.
Happy Halloween! I'm Evan Abelson, or should I say Harry Potter, and I'm here at the Buena Vista Haunt to kick off the Halloween weekend with some spooky frights. Let's take a look. Wow, we have a really spooky pumpkin skeleton and all of these Disney pumpkins and rotting pumpkins. It looks like a cemetery is here. Wow, and oh, it's Michael Myers.
We grew up doing this. My mother always made us decorate for Halloween and Christmas, so I'm just keeping the tradition alive. I'm already planning for next year. I start building new props in February to spread out the cost, but every month I'm buying or building something new.
Great, great. And then what has been your favorite memory or kind of experience this season? Like, have there been any standout guests that come or any crazy reactions?
Just the kids coming up here, dressing up. They get nervous, and I give them a high five or a little knuckle punch or something. They're 6, 7, as they all do nowadays, and then they start laughing and they get over the fear.
Wow, well, this is clearly such an impressive and scary display. Make sure to check it out tonight or tomorrow before it transforms into a Christmas display for the holiday season.
Looking for last-minute Halloween plans? Just east of campus, the rehearsal is hosting a special episode of their concert series at Mercado La Paloma. What began in a co-founder's backyard has evolved into a music community just 4 minutes away from USC. After 7 seasons, the rehearsal seeks to foster up and coming artists at their weekly low-stakes, newcomer-friendly shows.
Write your own songs, go perform shows, open mics and all that. Excuse me. And that's what I've been doing like the whole time, for real. Like, I finally got a chance to really see how to throw a show. So I've thrown a couple now. I'm more invested in that and trying to do, other people's shows, but it's still always good to hit somebody else's stage. You build your fan base that way. And that's what one of my focus right now. It's just building a fan base.
The rehearsal holds their shows at the back of the Mercado La Paloma, in addition to having an in-person audience during their Friday set time. The rehearsal team live streams each concert on YouTube and Twitch. The team maintains the show's importance for local artists.
As someone who's a veteran in the industry and who's been there, done that, big stages, been on stages, smaller stages, and I've seen the behind the scenes, there is nothing like an intimate show where the impact is so much larger than the room.
Catch the finale of the rehearsal's 7th season tomorrow at Mercado La Paloma from 7:45 p.m. until midnight. Thanks for watching See It Live. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Kendall Washington.
And I'm a banana. Wait, Gianmarco Velasquez. For more coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time and have a wonderful night.
Get your potassium in.